It's your boy Stingray Cool. We talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Bob Marley. He was born Robert Nestor Marley on 6th February 1945. He passed on 11th May 1981. Was a Jamaican singer, musician, and songwriter. Considered one of the pioneers of reggae. His musical career was marked by fusing elements of reggae, ska, study, and rock study, as well as his distinctive vocal and songwriting style. Marley's contributions to music increased the visibility of Jamaican music worldwide and made him a global figure in popular culture to this day. Over the course of his career, Marley became known as a Rastafari icon, and he infused his music with a sense of spirituality. He is also considered a global symbol of Jamaican music and culture and identified and was controversial in his outspoken support for democratic social reforms in 1976. Marley survived an assassination attempt in his home, which was thought to be politically motivated. He also supported legalization of marijuana and an advocate of Pan-Africanism. Born Robert Nestor Marley on 6 February 1945, Nehemiah St. Anne Parish, colony of Jamaica, died 11 May 1981, age 36, Miami, Florida, U.S. Other names: Donald Marley, Tough Gong. Occupation: musician, songwriter, spouse Rita Anderson. No, God bless Bob Marley and God bless Rita Anderson. May March 1966. Partners: Cindy Breakspear, 1977 to 1978. Children: 11, including Sharon, Sadella, David, Ziggy, Stephen, Rohan, Julian, Kamini, and Damien. Now he gave us Welcome to John Rock up in the streets of Calimada. Damon Jr. Marley, and he did distant relatives with Nas, parents, Nova St. Clair Marley, Sadella Booker, relative, Skip Marley, grandson, Nico Marley, grandson, Salah Marley, granddaughter, musical career, genres, reggae, ska, rock study, folk, instruments, vocals, guitar, percussion, years after 1962 to 1981, labels, Beverly, Studio One, Jod, Waylon Sullivan, Upsetter, Tough Gong Island, website BobMarley.com. Born in 9 Mile, Jamaica, Marley began his professional music career in 1963 after forming the Teenagers with Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer, which after several names changes would become the Wailers. The group released its debut studio album, The Wailin' Wailers, in 1965, which contained the single One Love. Game also did that in early, I think, January 2007. His version with, I think, something Marley. And working people get ready. The song was popular worldwide and established group as Raising Figures and Reggae Wailers released a further Evolution Studio albums. After signing to Island Records, the band's name became Bob Marley and the Wailers. While initially employing a lot of instrumentation and singing, the group began engaging in rhythmic-based song construction in the late 1960s and early 1970s, which coincided with Marley's conversion to Rastafari. Around this time, Marley relocated to London, and the group embodied their musical shift with the releases of the album Best of the Wailers 1971. The group started gaining international attention after signing to the island and touring in support of the albums Catching Fire and Burning, both 1973. Following the disbandment of the Wailers a year later, Marley carried on under the band's name. The album Natty Dread 1974 received positive reception in 1975 following the global popularity of Eric Clapton's version of Marley's I Shot the Sheriff. Marley had an international breakthrough with his first hit outside Jamaica with a live version of No Woman, No Cry from the live album. Early life and career. Robert Nesta Marley was born on the 6th of February 1945 at the farm of his maternal grandfather in 9 Mile St. Anne Parish, Jamaica, to Nova Sinclair Marley and Cedella Malcolm. Nova Marley was from the grassroots grove of both East Sussex and England, then residents of Clandestine Parish, whose family claimed to have Syrian Jewish origins as well. So she has, so his mama, so basically Bob Marley mixed. His mama half Syrian and Jewish, and his dad Jamaican. Origins as well. Nova claimed to have been his marriage to Cedilla Malcolm, an African Afro was Jamaican. The 18 years he was employed in a plantation overseer. 1962 to 1972, early years. In February 1962, Marley recorded 4 songs: Just Not, One Cup of Coffee, Do You Still Love Me, and Terror at Federal Studios for local music producer Leslie Kong. Still, the songs were released on Beverly's, with One Cup of Coffee being released under Panama Bobby Martel. In 1963, Bob Marley, Bunny Wailer, Peter Tosh, Junior Barfletti, Beverly Kelso, and Cherry Smith were called the Teenagers. They later changed the name to the Wailing Rude Boys, then to Wailing Wailers, at which point they were discovered by record producer Coxsone Dodge, and finally to the Wailers. In 1972 to 1974, moved to Island Records. In 1972, Bob Marley signed with CBS Records in London and embarked on a UK tour with the soul singer Johnny Nash. 1974 and 1976, lineup changes and shooting. Despite the breakup, Marley continued to record as Bob Marley and the Wailers. 1978, 1979 to 1981, later years. Survivor, a definite and politically charged album, was released in 1979. Illness and death in July 1977. Marley was diagnosed with hypomelectic melanoma under his toenail, under eighth toenail. Legacy awards honors. 1976, Rolling Stone Band of the Year. June 1978, award the Peace Medal of the Third World from the United Nations. Personal life, religion. Bob Marley was a member for some years of the Rastafari movement, whose culture was a key element in the development of reggae. Associated football. Aside from music, associated football played a major role throughout his life. Discography, studio albums: The Wailing Wailers, 1965; Soul Rebels, 1970; Soul Revolution Part 2, 1971; The Best of the Wailers, 1971; Catch a Fire, 1973; Burning, 1973; Natty Dread, 1974; Rastaman Vibration, 1976; Exodus, 1977; Kaya, 1978; Survival, 1979; Uprising, 1980; Confrontation, 1983; Live Albums: Live, 1975; Babylon by Bus, 1978. And that's the story of Bob Marley. Like, share, and subscribe. And God bless.